Hey, what's up, YouTube? Alright, this is going to be a review of this Redcat Blackout XTE brushed model. Is how I bought it. Of course, I've upgraded it since then. So, I'm just going to give you my thoughts. I've owned it for about 4 months. As you can see, the body taped it after it started to bust. I didn't really pick up on that till after it was kind of tore up, the holes where the mounting things go in. Yeah, they've cracked off on front and back, and mostly where I get the wear is right there on the top from flipping, back here from donuts, and in the front, you know, that these bumpers, when this thing is on, hold on, let me see if I can get it on. They practically, the front of the car cover practically wants to cover the bumper. I mean, it literally barely will fit behind them, but it's literally laying on the bumper. The body of the car is right up against it, so. Okay, other than that, you see I got my stock tires back on here because the ones I bought, when a deal looks too good to be true, I guess it always is, or usually is, because I got some big tires, and the 12 millimeter hex where on the tire, it just started cracking, and it actually got to where it would just spin and rounded out the 12 millimeter plastic hex that comes with these Redcats. Now see, these have a little bit of an extension. I was looking for metal replacements, but the only ones I could find were different lengths, and I don't know, lengths, excuse me, and I don't know if they'd hold up to this, because alright, here's the other thing. I expect a lot of parts to break anymore, but actually it does pretty good. When you see the video, if you ever watch the video where the guy from Redcat, I think, talking about the brush model is ready to be upgraded to brushless. Well, it is, like, with the exception of a few things, and I'm gonna show you that. Alright. Well, you see these diff boxes here. The brushed version comes with, I'm not sure what it's called. It seems like cast iron, gears. And once I upgraded this to my first brushless motor, which was, a 540 3900 kV with the 60 amp ESC that I ran on 3S, and it was quick, and it did really good actually, but it just chewed them teeth up real quick. So I ordered some replacements, and I didn't know this until I took a look at them. They were actually the Pro model, and they're different. They're hardened metal, which is kind of got like a I don't know, kind of like a goldish tan look to it, versus the kind of light grayish look of the other ones. So anyway, that's an absolute necessity to upgrade if you want to go brushless. So, other than that, I've tried several different motors in this thing. Right now, I want to see if I can get this heat fin off. Right now, it's a 3660 4300 kV brushless Ghoul RC boat motor, which it's actually got, like, I don't know if I can see it or not, but on the back can it's got vent holes, because it's designed for a boat. I don't know what difference that makes. It's got a 5 millimeter shaft diameter, so I had to change the pinion. Okay, so far these are the things I broke. Like I said, the diffs, but I don't feel that was my fault. This likes to bend a lot. I broke this one off. That was in a crash. I'll tell you about that in a second. The metal drivetrain, it's aluminum. It does the job, but it bends frequently. A lot of times, if you see it, it'll be have a wobble, so you might have to straighten that out. These these here shock posts, they do pretty good, but they do bend too. And don't try to bend it back to straight while it's still on here. I made that mistake, and I broke the top because they connect to the top of the differential casing, which is plastic. So snap that off. Not a big deal, Found one on eBay for like $6, which actually came with the differential, one of the pro differentials. So that actually worked out. I upgraded this to the ESC now is a 80 amp Ghoul RC, which I like a lot. It's got the button here to start up rather than them little switches that have nowhere to run to. All these little things dangle off. I hate that's one thing I do not like about brushless ESCs is all the things that dangle off the goddamn thing. Excuse my language, sorry guys. Um, like see this thing's got these three things here rather than it coming. I think maybe that's the BEC. But anyway, most of them will have like couple wires coming off and they'll be encased in rubber, and you got to find somewhere to mount that or attach it or just let it hang. So anyway, yeah, I had to do a little modifying to fit this 80 amp ESC. However, 80 amp ESC is a same size of all the Ghoul RC ones are is 120 amps, so I could fit that in here if I wanted to run an even bigger motor. However, this motor is more than enough for this vehicle. I think this motor, I don't know why no one else has this, because this motor on 3C, or I mean, I'm sorry, this motor on a 3 cell lipo is freaking nasty. I think it would smoke the I've clocked it at 55 miles per hour. However, I know it'll get faster because that's just on my street road, and this once you get up to that speed with this truck anyway, the steering servo is still the brush stock servo, which is just a 6 kilogram. So that's I've got one ordered and on the way. I should have upgraded that way earlier. Also, in the steering linkage here, right here, I pulled this up, took this plastic piece that goes from this side to this side with the little arms on here that connect to the steering. By the way, these are from another toy grade car. Well, not toy grade, but WL Toys car I had because I actually lost them. They popped off, and I don't know where they are. So anyway, um, so yeah, so these I took this apart, and what they have in there is bushings, which the tolerance widens over issue. I by like a month and a half after having it, when I looked at it, the tolerance had widened. So I just looked for what I had laying around. I found some bearings that would fit, you know, except they were a little bit bigger. So I had to kind of drill out to a little bit bigger size. But anyway, they work real well. And okay, other than that. Yes, certainly the biggest problem with this truck when you get the brush model, if you're going to upgrade, is the differentials. It's absolutely, the number one thing. Also, with these hex screws, I don't know if they're, cheap screws, but they strip a lot, and when a hex gets stripped, you're screwed. So anyway, that's my review. So I think it's worth it, especially if you're going to brushed. You better definitely get the Pro model, the drive pinion, and the differential, which are hardened steel rather than whatever the heck it is they use. Maybe an upgrade on bumpers. I don't really worry about them too much because all the screws on the bottom, a couple of them are in there, but they loosen up, constantly. I got one zip tie here on one, see if that would work. The other one busted off. But they're connected up here. Also, see right here, it's connected, so that'll hold it there anyway. Whatever. So, all right, but yeah, I ran this thing. When I had the larger tires on it, which were pancaking or pizza cut or whatever they call it, huge. So it made it very hard to steer. I ran it, I think probably about 55 right into a like a trash dumpster. you know, for like the collection, the trash collector, one of the big ones. So yeah, it actually bent. It crunched everything like, you know, like a slinky, kind of like it just crunched right in the middle, and everything, it messed up so much, man. It was pretty devastating for this thing. But on eBay, for some reason, they sell like parts taken off cars. They're like new, but they had been installed already. So I got this parts bag for 25 bucks, which came with this new metal piece, a whole new chassis, which I haven't even used yet. Um, it came with the Velcro strap, this front, the front steering, you know, connector or whatever holds the steering arms in place. It came with this cover here for the gears. Um, it just came with a bunch of stuff that, you know, I really needed. So I would recommend buying that if you ever need to upgrade. You know, just say the chassis. It comes with tons of parts. So, all right, guys. Sorry about this video being so long, but yeah, right now it's in good working shape and everything. I got some more big tires on the way. We're gonna give it a, because see, I think I need to have them on a little tighter, you know, because it's with such power, they work themselves loose. So maybe put some blue Loctite on it or something. But anyway, yeah, man, y'all have a good one.